Hey everybody, this is the Platinum Knight here to share my experience from switching to Friday the 13th to Dead by Daylight. For those who don't know, I am a long-term Friday the 13th player. I've been playing it since pretty much a month after the game came out. And ever since the lawsuit happened between Victor Miller and Shaughnessy Cunningham and the game developers no longer being able to add any new content to the game, this led to many people wanting to switch. And pretty much the only alternate way of playing something similar to Friday the 13th is Dead by Daylight. Now that Dead by Daylight is free for everybody to download who has a PS Plus subscription, this is what gave me the idea to basically share my experience first time playing Dead by Daylight and comparing it to Friday the 13th. I should start off by saying I like Dead by Daylight. It's a pretty good game. At first, I did have a hard time getting into a lobby, but the reason why that is because now that the game is free, obviously millions of gamers are playing it, and it kinda did hog up the servers a little bit. And before playing the game, I have had friends that told me that it barely lags. I don't know if that was true or not, but for the most part, I believe it because as soon as that recent update happened, I did notice that it was less laggy as I was playing with all my friends. One of the first things I did playing Dead by Daylight is I played a couple of matches as the killer, and I think I did okay. Nobody has escaped from me so far, but at the same time, I feel kinda guilty because the killer is obviously supposed to be somewhat overpowered, and I'm pretty sure that I most likely was playing a bunch of new players that just did not know how to play. For the record, the gameplay footage you're seeing on screen right now is actually a recording of my first two matches playing as the killer. And I had a lot of fun, but again, it's a guilty pleasure. It was my first time playing. It was also the survivor's first time playing. I mean, currently a lot of new players are online, so I was pretty much bound to win no matter what, especially coming from a player that's played Friday the 13th so much that at least has the idea of how to play as the killer. The next day, I tried playing as a survivor, and when it was my first time, it's important to note that I did have friends helping me out left and right, giving me tips and tricks and how to play, which, thanks guys. And these are actually the same friends that I also play Friday the 13th with. When it was my first time playing as a survivor, I was pretty bad at it. But again, I was new to the game and inexperienced. It's normal to not be good at a game at first. When I first started trying to repair those generators, that freaking needle felt so fast for me. Every time the L1 button showed up on screen, the damn thing already blew up in my face. But the more I played, the more I listened to my friends giving me tips and tricks, I got it. And I've been having fun matches ever since. So what do I like about Dead by Daylight that's different from Friday the 13th? Well, I like the perk system better. I like how you can choose to play as the killer or the survivor whenever you want. Something that I wish Friday the 13th had. I also like all the different monsters you can choose from. And I really like how this game has a lot of maps. I mean, probably my favorites would have to be that Halloween map and Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Elm Street map. Those look badass. I played a couple matches on them, and I think that's pretty much about it. There are a lot of things I don't like about Dead by Daylight. I don't like how there's not many ways you can defend yourself from the killer. I don't like how it has microtransactions, and I don't like how you constantly have to re-invite your friends per match. But you know what though? Despite its flaws, it's still a good game, and I still have fun playing it. But of course, what you gotta understand is, this is one of those types of games where it's better to play with your friends and have a party chat with each other to communicate. Now here's a question I ask myself. Is Dead by Daylight really the Friday the 13th killer everybody's been making it out to be? Does this game really make me want to say, yeah, fuck Friday the 13th, I'm never playing that game ever again. This is where it's at. And to be honest, not really, because despite these two games being similar to each other, they also do a pretty good job being its own thing. I can still go back to playing Friday and have fun, because another thing you should keep in mind is Friday the 13th is still getting patches, trying to get its bugs fixed. And you know what? I have a feeling once when Friday finally does get their dedicated servers, then people will play both of these games evenly just as much. And you know what? I also have a weird feeling too that Friday is eventually going to become free for PS Plus. Probably for next Halloween. But yeah, we'll see. Alright everybody, that's it for this video. And tell me, what was your first experience like with Dead by Daylight? Later!